let's talk about around the country. The first game that I want to bring up was a game that was severely disappointing to me because I felt like this team was going to hold their own against one of the top teams in the country, and they were going to prove as to why this quarterback wasn't actually a Heisman candidate, and that is Utah against Oregon.
Bo Nix. Bo Nix cheating, bro. He like 30.
Yeah, but they got out there and they scored 30 plus almost immediately. Like within the first half, they got
that was pretty bad. I was listening to it while I was we were decorating and stuff yesterday, and it just looked ugly. It's really disappointing, man, because Utah probably could have been going to their third straight Pac-12 championship.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously not going to happen now, probably not. But Cam Rising just couldn't get back on the field, man.
Yeah, and it's just surprising. I mean, early on in the season, we thought it was going to be a fairly minor injury, I guess, in terms of how long it was going to take to recover. I
definitely didn't think he was going to be sitting on the sideline the entire season.
Is he just well? It seems now that he's staying out either for another season or
get out of college,
or
he got a wife and kids at home.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's saving himself for the NFL. But then, if that was the case, why didn't you just go to the NFL? Or I guess he's medically redshirting himself. I don't know. But he's on the sidelines, literally moving the chains, and so there's that. I'm kind of upset about it, but homeboy didn't look good either. Their replacement, Bryson Barnes, yeah. He didn't look good this time. He looked good against USC, but he did not look good this time.
Rough day yesterday.
Speaking of USC, didn't they almost lose again?
Yes, they did. They won by 1 point. They beat Cal by 1.
I saw that.
They're a bad football team, man. They're a bad football team.
And I feel like, if I remember correctly, Cal could have won, but they went for 2. I think that was the case. They could have went into overtime with USC, but they decided to go for 2 when they scored a touchdown. Colorado came back from their bye week and then got beat by UCLA.
Yeah, thrashed. Yeah, this is the Colorado I expected to see. Inconsistent, offensively high-powered, big stats, but then when we get into the meat of the season, they just don't have the horses to hold up. Are they going to get the 6 wins? Who do they have left on the schedule?
That's my question. Like, you don't have too many more games, and all of them are against tough opponents.
What's the rest
of
the schedule?
So when are you going to get your 2 games? They've got Oregon State, Arizona, Washington State, Utah. And while Arizona and Washington State...
How many wins do they got now?
They got 4, so they need 2 more.
Fuck.
So while the easier of the 2 is Arizona and Washington State, Arizona's been giving Pac teams hell all season.
Washington State is going to be a shootout.
Yeah.
It's going to be a shootout for sure.
So, like, where are you going to get these 2 games? Unless somehow y'all are...
I think they're going to fall right where I predicted them at 5 wins.
We'll
see. 5.
A game that I wish we had done, like, predictions before this week, because I would have predicted Kansas to beat Oklahoma, and sure enough, they did.
Without Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
First of all, that man is always hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he always hurt. He the Midwest Travion Henderson.
Yikes.
Anytime Kansas got a big game versus Texas or Oklahoma, this man is hurt. Tired of that. Keep Jaden Daniels healthy, Leopold.
Or not Jaden Daniels, Jalen Daniels.
Jalen Daniels. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he is always injured, but despite that, they still got the job done. Dylan Gabriel, also a guy who's not in the Heisman talks anymore, but he did at least put up 14 for 19, 171 yards though, no touchdown and a pick, and that's why you lost. When you start quarterback, can't get it going, that's why.
Yeah, no, I was watching that game up until the rain delay.
Same.
Popped up.
Same. Also, since I know this is around the country, but I don't think we have Big Ten specifically pegged on the schedule. Penn State, look, man, we beat you. We need you guys to look good throughout the rest of the season.
Jesus Christ.
Not shitting the bed against Indiana.
That has been a common thing. Every team you beat goes out the next week and looks shit.
Like, come on,
terrible.
bro.
Notre Dame goes out and loses to Louisville.
Indiana was up 14-0 at one point early on in the game.
Kicking their ass.
Like, this is like, I don't know what's going on.
I really think Penn State is going to be a really good pre-study for you guys because I feel like they're just the same team. I wish that they had a better threat outside to kind of test us there. We probably won't see that. Maybe Maryland. Maybe Maryland will be a test in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of having a big offensive line, pro-style quarterback, pro-style offense, couple running backs, a quarterback who's, going to be hovering around somewhere around 50%, so you're going to have some balls in there that you can probably take the other way. I can't wait. I can't wait for this stretch run. I can't wait.
I'm
excited to come back next week and play Purdue or whoever we play.
Yeah, y'all play Purdue. Yeah.
Then we get to play Penn State, kick their ass, go to Maryland, kick their ass, come back home and
lose.
Kill a Buckeye.
And lose.
Can't wait.
Also, speaking of teams that we have beat and they're now making us regret it, Maryland lost to Northwestern. What's happening?
Loxley! We do not lose the food. No, I know what happened. Kevin Sutherland got arrested. Wasn't able to coach in the game. So that means the offensive coordinator is who?
Josh Gaddis.
Mm-hmm. Are we surprised?
Not really.
We surprised?
Nah, I guess. Now that you put it like that, no.
Kevin Sutherland wasn't able to coach. Josh Gaddis was taking over the full play calling duties, and they lost to Northwestern.
Yikes. Surprisingly,
Tua also hasn't looked really good this year. He hasn't looked good at all.
He had a good game on this one.
Did he?
30 for 47, 274 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick.
He did have a pretty good game. How'd they lose?
They suck.
Yeah.
I wonder how many rushing yards he had too. 12 carries, 1 yard. That might be it.
He got sacked a lot. It sounds like he got sacked a lot.
Yeah. Okay. I think that was all the ones that I had. Were there any other games that you felt like we need to talk about? Georgia, Florida, or
it's never a bad day to see Florida lose.
Yeah, I mean, well, except to Georgia. I think we both want Georgia to.
I look at Georgia about the same way I look at y'all. Only I think they're stronger in the trenches. They're stronger along the offensive line.
Yeah.
Defensive line, maybe a wash, maybe an edge to Georgia. I won't call it. But a so-so quarterback has slow starts.
They don't have a Marvin Harrison Jr.
They don't have a Marvin Harrison Jr.
Or an Emeka Egbuka.
They got some decent receivers out there.
Yeah, I mean, they got they don't have Brock Bowers right now.
Brock Bowers is out, yes.
So dominating Florida the way they did is a little surprising, I guess, in that respect.
Don't be surprised.
Yeah, no, that's true. Any other games that you felt like were?
I'm getting there.
I think Texas won, or did they have a bye?
Then we playing at another night game next week.
Wait, you guys have the night game next week?
Yeah, we had 3 this season.
We didn't have a million.
They must love us.
We had a million fucking 12 o'clock games this season, so.
Well, that's where second place goes.
That's crazy. Penn State, 12 o'clock. Michigan, well, obviously Michigan's 12 o'clock. Rutgers, 12 o'clock. Meanwhile, the Notre Dame game's at 7:30, but that was an NBC game. Of course, they're going to give us that one.
Louisville Duke was an interesting game to me. I wasn't really sure what we were going to get out of that game, but Louisville, Jake Fromm, held out, won a pretty good game, 23-0. USC 1-point win. Washington coming back against Stanford, getting a good win over them, 42-33. Kentucky lost again. Woohoo! Yes, sir.
Yikes.
Shout to Bourbon tonight, baby.
Yikes.
Fighting Joe Milton's over there.
Ew.
Yeah, no, that's about it. Colorado. No, North Carolina did lose, bro.
To who?
Georgia Tech.
Yikes.
I'm telling you. I told you.
Big yikes.
I knew it was somebody that lost that wasn't supposed to. And then so did Oregon State. They lost to Arizona last night. They were ranked right. They were just outside the top 10. They was 11. One loss, they were one loss.